Hi. Acid naming rules, page 46. All right, I'm going to scooch up a little bit. Okay. The first thing we need to talk about is what is binary and ternary, again, because that was something you learned with the sub, so I want to make sure that's very clear. And if you need to jot it down so you remember, so you learned binary and ternary, day before yesterday. Binary means what? It's an acid with what? All acids are H. So both of these will be H plus something. What's a binary one? Two what? Two total elements is binary. So this is H plus one more. And just one more. Something like, well, hang on. Something like HCl would be binary. Ternary is H plus two or more. Good, a polyatomic. It's always going to have a polyatomic because that's what this two or more bit's going to be. So you're going to have three total or more. Stay off your phones. So something like this that has three or more capital letters. So you know that's a ternary acid. All right, and then the sub told you which one of these gets hydro? Binary. So this one gets hydro, this one does not get hydro. All right. So, if you have a binary one, the binary is always going to follow this pattern. It is always going to be hydro something ic acid. Binaries are always going to follow that pattern. What is that something going to be? It's going to be one of these. So, hydronitric acid, hydrophosphic acid, or phosphoric, hydroselenic acid. Yes? That's for binaries. So let's practice a few of those. H4C, H3AS, HI. All right, what is this AQ business after each of these? Aqueous. So I'm not going to ever count you wrong on this, but all acids are aqueous solutions, so technically they're supposed to have AQ after them. All acids. But again, I'm not going to count you wrong if you forget it, but if you see it there, I don't want it to throw you. Okay, so H4C, it's binary. You know it's binary because it's only got 2 elements. So if it's binary, it starts with hydro. Then you use the stem for C, carbon. You add ic to the end. And then always tell me it's acid. Now, before we go any further, what does hydro sound like to you? It sounds like water or hydrogen, right? And so some students get really confused because they think that hydro means hydrogen. So if hydro meant hydrogen, then that means that ternaries would get hydro as well because all acids start with H. Hydro does not mean hydrogen. Miriam. Hydro does not mean hydrogen. It means that you only have 2 elements in that acid. So be really careful with that. Hydro does not mean hydrogen. All right. H3AS, there's only 2 elements, so it has to start with hydro. AS is arsen. So you're going to write the stem, you're going to write the stem correctly. Arsen. Ic. Acid. Hydroarsenic acid. Try the next one on your own. You got it? Hydro, right? Hydro, and then I is iode. So it's hydroiodic acid. Hydroiodic acid. Stop your grinning. It's too early for that. That was terrible. I mean, deep down we're all like sixth graders, so it's fine.
I tried not to laugh at some of those.
Hydroiodic acid. It's fine. Just don't say it too slowly. I should not be a teacher. I'm probably less mature than my students. What?
Well, it keeps your students a little more focused.
You never know, and see if it say something really not okay. All right, so that's not that bad, right? And it's really not that bad. Any individual piece of this is not that bad. It's only when you put it together that it gets confusing. So let's do these. Hydronitric and hydrosulfuric acid. It's becoming a distraction. Here, just for a bit. I'm gonna take- Hello.
That's all right.
We'll give him back. What's his name?
I don't know.
Angry.
Chad.
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 Yeah, I'll call him Chad.
He's a Chad.
It's alright. I'll get him later. Yeah, he's just a little time now. I mean, he's got a
Okay, hydronitric. Here we go. This is where you've got to be careful because it's really easy just to do this. H, N, aqueous, and I'm done. And it's wrong. What did I do wrong, do you think? I've got to figure out how many of each I need. I've got to balance it out. So hydrogen is always a +1. Acid tells you it's hydrogen. Acid tells you it starts with H. And then nitric is nitrogen. See, N-I-T-R right here is nitrogen. So that means I've got to look up nitrogen's oxidation number, and it's a -3. So how many hydrogens do I need to balance that out? H3N. Do you want to try the next one on your own? Try that next one, guys. Try the next one on your own. Margaret. Do the next one.
I already did it.
You did? Oh. Did you get it right?
Yes.
Is this your answer?
No.
Good. Then you may have gotten it right. All right. The acid tells you what? Yes, but it starts with H. And then the sulfur part, S-2. And so there's my correct formula. Did you get it right?
Yeah.
Okay. You ready? Ternary. Ternary is not difficult. It only gets hard when you start mixing binaries and ternaries together. Here we go.
Oh.
It's okay. It's not as bad as it looks. It's really not, I promise. Tummy-itis.
That makes no sense.
It won't.
What? Makes perfect sense.
Just jot it down and then we'll talk. Sorry? Yes. Okay. Do you need more time?
Like 10 guys.
Okay. So let's break this down. This first bit. Don't stop talking to me, please. Don't add hydro in the name. That's obvious, but I really want to emphasize that to you because what are you telling me if it's hydro? That it's binary, that it's only one other element. And there's two things wrong with that. Look at this. Look at the difference between this and this. This is hydrochloric acid. That's a valid acid, right? This is also a valid acid. Chloric acid. Those are two completely separate acids. The only difference is that this one's made with just chlorine, this one's made with a polyatomic. So you're going to be super careful with that. If you use hydro, you're telling me potentially it's the wrong acid. You got to be super careful with that hydro. It'll mess you up. All right, so let's get back to this ternary, practice this, and then maybe we can figure it out. All right. You are going to use ic for any polyatomic 8 endings. So if you're using sulfate, what is that going to change to? Sulfic, or anybody want to give me the other one? Sulfuric. Good. Look up at the S, the P, and the S. There's two possibilities. You can use either one. So it's either sulfic acid or sulfuric acid, whichever one you choose. You'll get counted correct for both of them. I just wanted you to be aware that for phosphorus and sulfur, there's two spelling options, just in case you run up against it on the test or on a quiz, and I spell it different than you, you're going to know that that's okay. All right? Questions on that? Sulfic or sulfuric? All right. Now we have us and ite. So sulfite is going to change to sulfus or sulfurous. Either one are fine. All right, now check out this mnemonic. A mnemonic is a memory device to help you remember something that is hard to remember. I ate some egg and got tummyitis. Now, you're going to say, that's stupid. And I'm going to say, yeah, but it works. I ate some ick and got tummyitis. If you have a polyatomic ending in ate, it's going to change to ick. If you have a polyatomic ending in ite, it's going to change to us. I ate some ick, so ate and it go together. I and us go together. Yes? So yes, is it dumb?
Yes.
And it works. I ate some ick and got tummyitis.
It works. It's dumb, but it's hard to remember.
It's not by the time I've said it to you 1,500 times. I ate some ick, like icky stuff.
Oh, don't forget it.
All right. So let's do HNO3. All right. Any NO3 is what? You're going to need your periodic table with the polyatomics on the back. All right. What is NO3? What is NO3? Nitrate. I ate some ick. Ate goes to ick. And so your answer is nitric. Make sure you write the word acid or it's wrong. Nitric acid. PO4. Phosphate. I ate some ick. So it is either phosphic acid or phosphoric or phosphoric acid, sorry. So wait a minute, is it U or O? U, phosphoric. You want to try the next one? Do it anyway. Do the next one. Guess. I want you to guess. Do you have your polyatomic list? It's on the back of your periodic table. All right. SO3. Find SO3, Marcella. Sulfite. I ate some ick and got tummy-ite us. So it is, gentlemen, sulfus acid or sulfurous acid. You do not have to give me both. You do not. Questions on that? Okay, going from name to formula is actually a little bit more difficult for students. All right, I ate some ick, and so ick came from ate. Good. So you're looking for chlorate. Guys. You're looking for chlorate, which is ClO3 with a -1, right? Now, what am I missing? Why? How do I know I've got an H? Oh, because it says it's an acid. So acid means that it starts with H. Now you have to balance the charges. If you want to be completely accurate, you should put aqueous at the end. All right. Carbonic. I ate some ick. So I'm looking for carbonate. Good. I ate some ick. Sorry? CO3 negative 2 is carbonate. So this is carbonate. And I forgot to write up here that this is chlorate. And the word acid tells you it starts with H. And so you've got to balance out these charges. So Lauren, what's my final chemical formula going to be? Very good. H2CO3. Very good. And you should put aqueous for completion. All right, let's see if you can do that last one on your own. I believe we added this one to your periodic table. Did we? I can't do just one. My son can. It drives me crazy.
So it's called the rock before.
Okay, Rock. Hang on. All right. Did we write phosphite on your periodic table? If you didn't, gentlemen, phosphite, since I ate some egg and got tummy-ite us, we're looking for phosphite. It is PO3 with a negative 3 charge. Did you write that on your periodic table?
No, it's just there.
Phosphite is there?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, that's there.
I'll be darned. Okay. All right, and then acid tells you it starts with H. So Phoebe, what's my final chemical formula?
That's why I was looking at you like you were crazy. I was like, it's already there.
What's the final balanced chemical formula when I balance out those charges? Well, you're balancing out the +1 and the -3.
Oh.
So what's my chemical formula going to be? Something 3. Because remember, you're multiplying, not adding.
Oh.
So H3, you need 3 hydrogens, 3 positive +1s to balance out that -3. So H3PO3. You okay with that? Okay. All right. I want to ask you, if you will, give me 5 more minutes. If you'll give me 5 more minutes and participate with a real fast board drill, then I will save the practice for Monday and give you the rest of the period. Okay? Can I have your attention and get super fast board drill participation? You have to promise me, though, that if I lose you, I want you to stop me and ask me to explain. Okay? So promise me that. I don't want this to be something that you're just like, I don't know what's going on. I'm just going to wait for it to go away. Cornell. All right. I want, let's see. Chlorous acid. Binary or ternary? Binary or ternary? Ternary. So I need a polyatomic. So you're looking for what? I ate some egg and got tummy-ite us. You're looking for chlorite. See if you can get it in your head what the answer is. You're welcome to look up the polyatomic, absolutely. What is chlorite?
Is CO2.
with a -1, right? Acid means? Starts with H, good. So this is HClO2. Aqueous. Ooh, what about this one? Ooh, what about this one? Ooh, it's ternary, right? So what are we looking for? I ate some ick. We're looking for acetate. Find acetate. Find acetate.
Oh, it's long.
Find it? What does it say? Okay, pick one. What's the charge? Okay, everybody look at your polyatomic. Find acetate. You see how there's 2? You can pick whichever you want. I like this one because I think it's easier to write. You can pick whichever one you want. All right. So, Marcelo, what does the word acid mean? Starts with H. H is always a +1. So my chemical formula is HC2H3O2, aqueous. All right, last one. Hydroselenic acid. Stick with me. This is the last one. You can do it. Now, am I looking for selenate?
No.
Why?
It's not the same.
It's hydro, which means you don't have to look up a polyatomic. It is just H +1, and then this selen,
SE.
very good, is Se. What's Se's charge? -2. Final chemical formula?
They're so bad. H2 SE. Aqueous.
Okay? So do you see how hydro tells you a whole lot? Lack of hydro or hydro tells you whether or not you're looking for a polyatomic. You gotta be careful with that. Okay, as promised, I'm gonna save the practice for Monday. Hopefully you will remember something.
What happens if I do it now and don't have to do it?
No.
See you Monday.